then you want to talk about how to find your next deal. You want to talk about prospecting, where to find the deals. One of the questions that I get all the time is like, who should I contact? Let's just jump right into it. So today's objective, you're going to understand the 4 key prospecting categories. You're going to know where to find your leads. You're going to be able to learn what makes a contact qualified, and you're going to get real world scripts to start conversations. Okay. All right. So some of you all have heard me say this till you're blue in the face, but I'm going to say it again. Pillar number 1 is that you are looking for distressed property owners. People are not going to sell you something at a discount unless there is some type of distress. Quiz for the people in the room. What are the 2 types of distress? The 2 types of distress that could be happening.
Property problem and person problem.
Property problem and an owner problem. There's going to be one or other of those situations. So right before this call, I just got off the phone with a realtor who's trying to sell a deal off market, and the owner and his son live in the house, but they need a little cash and they want to move out. So which one is that? Which problem is that? They want a little cash and they want to move out of this house. I think the mom died a few years ago, so they don't want to stay in it anymore. The owner problem. The property is gorgeous. She just sent me pictures. It doesn't need a whole lot of work. It's all cosmetic, maybe some updates to the countertops, painting, all of that, but they have an owner problem, right? So pillar number 1, if you're not looking for an owner problem, if your list does not include owner problems, then you're probably just wasting your time. Okay. So you're looking for things like pre-foreclosures, code violations, kids that inherited the house, right? That means the parent died. Y'all, I hate this about myself, but I got a text this morning about somebody at my old church that passed away. And I hate to say this, but like somebody's going to have to buy her house. Her kids live in Nashville, Tennessee. She lives in Tupelo, Mississippi. Who's going to buy her house? Now, am I telling you to call people right after they pass away to try to get their house? That's probably not going to work. You're probably going to get cursed out. But I'm telling you that if you look at these people's problems like an opportunity, you can start to position yourself in a way where you can find your next deal. So pre-foreclosures, code violations, inherited homes, or some of you all might remember, I have owned property in Iowa. I've owned property in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. Okay. Mississippi is kind of like second home for me right now. So I still own a lot of stuff there and I have a team there. But I no longer own properties in Iowa. Y'all remember why? I don't like the cold. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is absentee owners often realize that they don't want to own properties out of state. Oh, okay, I see who that is. Welcome to the Monday call. All right, very good to have you. Mr. Morris. Is that Mr. Morris? Good to see you, sir.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
We're talking about building your list and finding your next deal. So good to see you. All right. Look for problems that people would actually think about selling their property at a discount, right? And if somebody's an absentee owner, think about what that means. They live somewhere else and they are actually responsible for an asset, right? So maybe they got to have the grass cut, or maybe they have to have the property repaired for some reason. And every time they have to have it repaired, they got to figure that out. Some people are really good about figuring that out, and they can, like Morris here. Morris wants to buy some properties in Indianapolis, or potentially in Indianapolis, right? So he's okay with having family there handle his property. Twana, you are an absentee owner. You have property in Tulsa, right? So you have a handyman that you feel confident about. You have a lender there that you feel confident about. But one day, you're going to be motivated to sell those properties if you stay in DFW, because you're going to be like, hey, like, that's a lot. That's too much for me to manage. I don't want to manage it anymore. So you're looking for owners like that. You all have heard of some of these systems, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on these systems. I'm going to show y'all one of the systems that I use, but you got PropStream. You can find these people. You've got BatchLeads. You've got county records. Like, you can actually go to the county records and look for these types of situations. In Texas, every single pre-foreclosure is posted. They have to get a notice. So you can go and look at the county records and see if somebody got a pre-foreclosure notice, and you can contact those owners, okay? You are looking for people that are motivated to sell below market value, or some type of creative terms, some type of way that you can structure a deal where you can make some money. Okay? That's what you're looking for.